So this is my trucker hat. I feel like I absolutely nailed it with this design. It has a lot of things going on. It has on the front screen print and stitching just to make it more unique. And I feel like printing techniques play a huge role in the quality of your brand. Sure, you can call yourself a luxury brand, but if you're just printing on blanks, are you really luxury? Like, you're just wasting people's time. On the side, I have this Photoshop icon or patch that's just resemble of the 2002 Photoshop logo, and that's where I got the inspiration from, and that's my birth year, 2002. On the other side, we just got this simple revision logo here, and the manufacturer did an amazing job in quality. Even though like these details were a lot harder to get in and done, I did get some quotes from some Australian manufacturers, and they weren't even able to do anything like what I wanted here. So shout out to Alibaba and that manufacturer, because he did an amazing job. On the inside, we just got practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes progress. And that's the whole idea behind revision. So essentially, as a designer, you keep going back and forth and bringing projects to life. And this whole concept and this whole brand is essentially that, but visualized. And yeah, that's revision. So this is my trucker hat that I'm going to be marketing towards my target demographic. So after you've made your design, obviously you want to send your tech pack to your manufacturer. Now the tech pack I made was perfect for my manufacturer. People make tech packs look scarier than what they are. No, you don't have to put them in Excel spreadsheet. No, you don't have to label every single corner to know the exact size measurement of what you want. If you're essentially printing on a product that's already made, you don't have to go that much in detail. Now that varies depending on what you want, but essentially the tech pack I made was perfect. I did label the sizing of all my designs and send them out to him, but he was able to say, hey, I can scale these for you so it fits better on our product rather than the mock-ups and sizing that you had, which was perfect. Now, the downside to my tech pack is essentially I wanted custom colors for the fabrics that I was going to use, and that wasn't possible unless I got 500 units, and I didn't want to take that initial risk for a brand that I'm only using as essentially data and research for developing my main business, which is design, so I can have a better user experience, so that I can better perform in developing mock-ups, tech packs, and getting designs ready for print for customers. So let's talk about what went wrong in this process. So essentially, I wanted the three custom colors that I wanted for my hat, and those couldn't be done because I didn't have a high enough minimum quantity, and I was very firm on those until I understood what it would look like if I was on the other end. If someone told me to make 50 custom hats, custom colors, and only 50 of them for a whole production line, like you would have to change your whole production line, get new material, which makes zero sense. And I understood that. So then he just sent me the hats that he could produce and the colors that he could produce, and I essentially just picked some blues, and I was able to mix match the blue and black so I could get the hat that I wanted. After agreeing on all the terms, we finally decided on this color and this hat, and it was only 50 units. We talked about pricing, and he told me to send my shipping address. Obviously, I live in Australia, so shipping is more expensive. I don't even know why it's more expensive. I swear we're closer in terms of regions, but it was around 50 USD more expensive to ship to Australia rather than shipping to America, which wasn't a big deal, but it was annoying, I guess. But yeah, now it was time for waiting, and we moved to the next stop. The next stop, was pre-production. So I didn't order physical samples, because they were too much. It was 150 USD to order a sample for a hat, which was essentially the same amount as my hoodies, which is kind of crazy. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So we'll just do pre-production. I trust you to make pre-production. So yeah. So we talked about time frame for this project. He said it was going to take around 15 to 20 days, which he did stick within that. It was around 25 days, roughly, less than a month to get this whole thing sorted, which was good all in the end. But I guess he made some promises that he couldn't keep up. And I guess because they had high volume at the time, it made sense. But it was just stressful for me because I try to get these videos out as fast as I can for you guys and stay on schedule and my personal schedule. Anyway, so the pre-production samples, he first started off by sending me the cuts and the stitching samples for the hats, so the individual embroidery, so I could check it off, and they all checked off. But I did have some minor issues with like filling and stitching and stuff like that. But then that also comes with just the machines that they work with and the amount of time that I want it in. And we couldn't get it perfect, but we got it just to the perfect amount that I needed it for. After that, I just waited for the full pre-production sample to come in so I can check it off, and I am happy to move to the next step, which is full production, and then he sends off the hats. Now, I was blown away at the quality that he sent me in terms of the hat, and I had no issues with it. I just sent it off to some of my friends so they could check it off, some of my closest friends, and say, hey, how does this hat look? Everyone said, hey, this hat is fire. So then I got the green light from essentially my target audience, and then I moved towards getting the full run made. Now, the time frames for these were kind of iffy because he promised that he would have the full pre-production at a certain date. He couldn't make it in that day. It was around 15 days. He couldn't do it, but it was like the next 2 days he was able to get it to me, which was really helpful and nice of him. So yeah, that was essentially just making it, and then now it was just time to wait. So after getting all that done, we just talked about if he could make custom tags for me, and I really wanted custom tags because custom tags just add to the brand experience. I'm not doing any custom packaging with this, so I just wanted to add the custom tags, and that was an additional 50 USD. So it was around $1 USD a tag, which is crazy. But he said he could do 50 tags, 100 tags for 50 USD, and that was his minimum. So I had to pay the minimum regardless. So yeah, that happened. We got that checked off too. And then he just sent me this video to confirm everything. And then the package arrived to my house after around a week of conversations and getting everything sorted, getting the payment sorted. And yeah, I had the physical hats. So the hats came well packaged, and they all had inserts in them. I wish I did branded inserts. That would have been better for branding, actually, that I'm thinking about it now. But yeah, overall, this was a really good first experience for ordering bulk with a manufacturer on Alibaba. Obviously, communication wasn't the best at the start, but I made sure to just do the basic tactics and not get scammed. So that's doing payments in 50, asking for proof and pre-productions before you make a bulk order, and also sending proper designs and proper spec sheets to your manufacturer, so communication is 100% always there. Now, this was my experience. Obviously, your experience could be different towards whichever manufacturer that you use, but overall, we had a good conversation. I got these at an okay price rate. I think it could have been cheaper if I communicated better, but overall, it was a good experience. And yeah, that's been Wilson. I see you guys when I see you. Make sure to check out Revision Studios IG and also my personal IG at Design by Will. And of course, if you want to inquire about a design, make sure to go through my website at Design by Will, or check me a DM at Design by Will. Please don't waste my time because I have to work on other client projects. So yeah, see you guys when I see you. Peace.